agree with it.
Oh, yeah, we're starting that.
Oh, hello, everyone. I did not see you there.
And welcome to A Podcast Divided. I'm Daniel, and I'm a Cubs fan.
And I'm Andy, and I'm, for the first time, happy to be a Sox fan.
And this is A Podcast Divided. After the intro. Wait, where is the intro?
Oh, my goodness.
Your Daily Cubs White Sox podcast, the best place for all the baseball debate you need.
Well. So, the Cubs had a 92% chance to make the playoffs just 3 weeks ago. And, Daniel, how are the Cubs doing right now? I suppose that they are in the playoffs and currently playing a game in the postseason. Am I correct with this?
Yeah, well, what's the score right now? Let me check. Yeah, let's see. They're playing the Brewers in the wild card, right? Let's check the score. Let's see. Arizona.
Wait a minute.
What is Arizona playing?
Oh, for a second, I thought you changed your logo and name to the exact logo and name of the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, Daniel, where are you guys?
Good question. I guess we had to go home because we're not in Milwaukee.
Maybe you guys are playing against the Phillies or the Marlins. Oh, they're playing against each other.
Yeah, we're scrimmaging already.
And since you guys didn't win the division and only wild card, sorry.
We didn't make
no, you guys are done. So 92% chance of making the postseason just 3 weeks ago, and then
and I'd like to capitalize on what happened.
Okay.
I don't know if that works.
Okay.
But I'd like to put it down to three things. Number one.
You are bad. There we go. I just summed it up.
Very unclutching.
Christopher Morel.
Swanson bad, just over 200 in the last few weeks, and in the last 7 days in the last 7 games. In other words, the games that decided everything for the Cubs. He batted 150 or 170. In other words, he choked horribly. Okay? And other guys
number one.
But Swanson's the guy who's making a lot of money and should be performing in the clutch. Batting average at like 244 or something. So horrible. And then number two, this could even be number one. The order isn't that important. It's the bullpen. Alzolay and Fulmer were doing amazing, even though they were overperforming. And then they both got hurt. And we were putting Jose Quas and Drew Smiley out there every night against the best team in baseball in the Braves and a pretty solid team in the Brewers.
You forgot the name of your basically biggest rival of the year.
Yeah, but the point is, it did not – the bullpen failed us. And you could argue that the bullpen wasn't built to have any success, but the injuries that we got to the bullpen that was overachieving gave us almost no shot. I mean, Drew Smiley's the failed 5th or 6th starter. I don't even know if he was ever really a solid starter for us. And obviously, he got sent to the bullpen. He's not a good pitcher. Same with Quas. And they were both on short rest every night, too. So even if they were good, they were pitching too much. But who cares? Let's just throw out whoever's on the bench. Gosh. And number 3, of course, David Ross. Horrible managing decisions.
Ross, the bad boss.
Ross, bad boss. He's a great guy to have in the clubhouse, but baseball managing is what's the most important thing.
Especially since you're a baseball manager.
Yeah, I know. Like, sign him as like the clubhouse manager. I don't know.
So how about we talk about One of the most infamous games for the Cubs this season. The first game against the Hotlanta Braves when you guys were fighting for a playoff spot. So, what happened in the 8th inning?
I'll just screen share and show you guys the
Screen
highlights.
share? All right. I'm excited.
If you
I
want
don't know why I mentioned 8th inning, but it just came to my head.
Yeah, let's see. Say it. Suzuki catch. Oh wait, this is a catch. Let's see this. Why are there so many videos? Why would they have so many views? Why are they all about the same thing? Let's see.
Maybe
this.
it's like really, really important.
Yeah,
Maybe really, really funny.
He dropped the ball.
He dropped the ball. It's not like I haven't seen this 20,000 times.
Who you travel with?
This is very unprofessional. Actually, it's a Polish airline, so it's the best commercial ever. Latin Airlines, fly with it today.
You actually use Lot Airlines?
No, I've never even been to Poland.
Oh, great.
But I'm sure it'd be a lot of fun. Ayo.
Lag.
Lot Polish Airlines.
Oh, yeah. And this podcast is sponsored by Lot Polish Airlines. I just made it up.
Yeah. Today's sponsor.
All right, so let's set the scene here. 6-5 Cubs are winning. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs, 3-2 the count, and a man on second and third. So
And by the way,
is...
they were 6-0 before this. And Drew Smiley needs an out. He has 2 outs, second and third.
Just one out. Here's a pop up to, I believe, a right center.
Let's just go back.
Let's go back. Here we go.
Because
Very
actually,
laggy. Looks like your computer's maybe it'll be better on mine.
yeah, let's try that.
All right, I'm hoping for a Lot Polish Airlines commercial. Okay, Seiya Suzuki error. Wow, I only needed to write Seiya S, and then it just said, and it just finished it for me.
Wow.
All right, because I'm professional, I'm gonna wait to share my screen so the ad can go away.
Oh, I never thought about doing that.
All right, it's about some stupid ducks.
Ground ball, and the Brewers are still losing 4-3 after 6 innings. Let's go.
All right, present, share screen. Don't show these tips again. I know how to be slightly competent at technology. Okay, here we go. So we all know the scene. Daniel, is it showing up?
Oh, I need to actually put it in.
Okay, here I'll put it on the full screen.
In the air out towards
All right.
right center, Suzuki the call.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness! And 2 runs scored. Suzuki called off Bellinger, and just the miscommunication, or maybe he lost it in the lights. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe some lights at the end.
So that's that.
Yeah.
It's what defined the Cubs season, if you think about it. Because we lost momentum. I mean, yes, that game was crucial, but if only that game had changed, we still would have not made the playoffs. It just would have been a lot closer.
No, honestly, I feel like you could have. Like the momentum would be a lot greater.
That's what I was gonna say. Momentum is very valuable, and in that second game, we also choked leads, and maybe we would have felt more confident holding the lead if we could have held one the day previously. And instead, we failed in such horrible fashion that I think Seiya Suzuki did horrible because he was mentally disturbed, because he literally went through emotional trauma, because he ruined the Cubs season with one drop ball that should be made in high school. Caught.
Honestly, I feel like preschoolers can make that catch.
Like, it's as easy as it gets, Very routine.
Pop up, right center. You're the right. Wait, was he the right? Yeah, he was the right fielder, correct?
Yes. And
okay, so yeah.
Bellinger could have tried, but Suzuki was closer.
Yeah, but on that play, I would say that the center fielder, even if he's slightly farther away from the ball, I feel like the center fielder, it's his job to get the ball because he's the center fielder. He should be the one moving around. If it's right center, left center, it's still technically a part of center. So the center fielder, who should be the leader of the outfield, he should be the one getting that ball. But Seiya Suzuki was like, nah, fam, I got this. And then he ended up not getting this. So, yeah.
Also, Corbin Carroll with a base hit, by the way. So Diamondbacks.
Corbin Carroll is him.
Let's score some more. Come on, Diamondbacks. But anyways, that game also, like I mentioned, they had a 6-0 lead that they choked. So if they had actual pitching, they would not be in that spot where they choke a 6-0 lead. Because I know they're the Braves, but like you should not be allowing 5 runs in a few innings, even to the best team in baseball. That's just bad.
Yeah.
And then you still have the lead, and you still have a shot, and you still choke. So that sums up that game.
Yep. There
Next
are
day?
a lot of other games that I can show to just signify what the Cubs season has been like. For example, maybe the one where you guys were winning against the Dodgers, and I believe still the 8th inning. So the 8th inning has really been a killer for you guys. I believe it was Drew Smiley who had a no-hitter going on, and then the catcher collided with him on a simple just chopper that the pitcher should definitely have gotten, and then there goes that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
You want me to play it? I can pull it up right now.
I mean, we're summing up the Cubs.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. The Drew.
And while you look that up, I'll briefly talk about the game 2 of the Braves against the Braves. And we were winning 3-1 early 4th, 3rd inning.
Yep.
And then we were losing. It was either tie or losing. We kept coming back and taking the lead every inning, 9th inning, 10th, and then 10th inning we scored a run. I don't even know if we scored in the 10th, but Acuna very disrespectfully steals his 70th base. He steals second base for his 70th base.
Disrespectfully.
It's very disrespectful how
that's his job.
No, but they put up a highlight montage that made the Cubs lose.
I don't know about that. I think that you guys just want to just lose because you're just you just lack amounts of any skill.
Boog Shambi and the other guy. I don't even remember his name. Pat Hughes? No. Ron Koeman? No. I don't know. But the other guy.
All right, here we go. I have it pulled up. Let me share my SCREEN.
They were very angry at the Braves.
All right, here we go.
Little dribbler, third base side, tough play. Oh, no.
Come on. That can't be how it ends. Wow. This is just gross. Lose a perfect game on this.
Daniel, how do you like my constant replaying of this?
I removed it. It was good, but yeah, I mean, it's a perfect game, right?
Yeah, perfect game. Not even a no-hitter, a perfect game.
So that's really sad. But then also you add in the fact. Let's talk about the Brewers game.
Actually, first I want to. Wait, hang on a second. Okay, and there we go. Black and white. Just like the Cubs.
Let's quickly talk about the Brewers game that I was at on Friday.
Oh, yeah, the Brewers game. This was the game after the Cubs got swept by the Braves. So, Daniel, let's hear some babbling.
They're losing 3-0. It's their offense is dead. It's the 7th inning or 8th. I think 7th. Yeah, 7th. It's got to be 7th. And they scored 2. I actually go to get some custard or ice cream. And I come back, and Morel's on third base, and the Cubs have a run, which was a home run by, I believe, Candelario. And Morel's on third because he had a triple. And then the next batter I see, he gets an RBI ground out to make it a 3-2 game. And it was they scored most of their runs when I was not even watching. But point is, it's 3-2. And ninth inning, first pitch of the game, Ian Happ hits a game-tying home run. It was amazing. It was like a huge moment. And the thing about that sums up all the Cubs games this year is they either choked, or lost, or won a few times. But when they would choke or lose, they would I guess choke. This is in the choke category only. They would always have a shot. And they would even do some miraculous things, like come back by like 3 runs in the 9th, for example, or like at the Brewers game, hit a game-tying home run against like a really good pitching staff. Or they even had a rookie in, but still, I mean, it's the MLB. To score off of anyone, unless it's a position player, is a big achievement. And Happ had a big hit there. And when you have those games where you get those big hits, those are the games where if you come through, you need to get the job done. And Patrick Wisdom banging the top of the 10th, bases loaded, 2 outs, should not have been.
Continue.
I mean, is he not your classic guy who either strikes out or hits a home run? Like, all we need is a single there, right?
Yep.
It's like, gosh.
Honestly, probably the least qualified person in the entire lineup to be in that situation.
And guess what he does? Do you think he hits a grand slam or strikes out? Let's see. We do. Strikes out.
Oh man, who would have guessed besides me and everyone else?
And me too. I mean, looking at, if you only strike out and hit home runs, you're gonna be getting a lot less. You're gonna be getting a lot less home runs than strikeouts, or no, a lot more strikeouts than home runs. Well, that's the same thing, because it's just how it is. It's baseball. Those are one thing that happens a lot. One thing that happens rarely, even for the best people. Even Judge, when he hit 62, he was still not hitting one every other game. He was hitting one every 2.5 games.
Yeah. So what happened when the Brewers batted?
So you know how they get a guy on second base right away?
Yep.
Because it's extra.
Because it's the 10th, yep. And then you guys failed to do anything?
Carlos Santana down the left field line for a walk-off.
Yep. I now nominate Carlos Santana as the new Cub killer because also in that game he got an RBI triple, I believe, which was the first triple he's ever gotten in 4 years. So now I nominate him as the new Cub killer.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah, he had a great game actually. Walk off and a triple.
Yeah, the triple he ripped down the first base line, right down the bag. Got all the way to third. Man. Crazy. And, of course, game 2, they win, but no one cares because the Marlins also win. And season's over. They got one more game, but no one really cares about it. I missed it because of my own game. And what happens? The Cubs lose 4-0. However, one good positive thing. That was the only game the whole season that didn't matter for the Cubs.
And you won.
No. It was the last one.
Oh, the last one where you lost, but then you won another game that also did not matter at all.
Well, no, the game before the loss, it didn't matter after when the Marlins won, which was midway through the game. So I don't know if you count that as it mattering. It mattered until the Marlins won. The Marlins won before the Cubs game ended, I believe. So, right? So, but that was really there was really only the last game of the season, game 162, that was even if we win, no matter what happens, it won't change anything. After this game, we're going home. And yeah, 4-0 loss. So we've paid off for the work. Yeah. So yeah, what else do we have to say about the Cubs? I mean, we're gonna be talking about future stuff on future podcasts, like talking about 2024, like for example, free agents, management decisions, anything really that is related that the Cubs will have related to the Cubs that the Cubs will be deciding this offseason. And
also the White Sox exist. You know, I feel like they're still a thing. So
okay,
we'll also be talking about them.
Yeah, there's stuff to talk about the White Sox too, although a lot less. No, we'll find a lot about the White Sox.
Yeah, I'll find a lot about the White Sox. We just sit there and just talk about the Cubs because you're really good at that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of podcasts in mind already. Like, it's not a good time now, but like talking about the P. Alonso trade rumors.
That's not going to happen.
It's worth talking
I'll
about.
toss it back in the trash can where it belongs.
Will Bellinger come back?
That's honestly a good question. Yeah. I feel like he will, but I still tell all the Cubs fans that he won't, just to trigger them.
And if he does come back, is it a smart decision? That is a good question, because Bellinger, this year was a prove it year, right? He signed the prove it deal.
Yep.
Prove himself, and I mean, it's hard to prove yourself better than that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, he proved it. He definitely proved it.
And after you do that, you want to cash in. And he's 28 years old now. Birthday July 13th. And the thing about Bellinger is that he'll probably want like a 10-year contract. And will he be good when he's 38, or if he wants a 12-year contract, 40? I mean, do we really want to be paying him $30 million a year, or even $10 million a year when he's breaking down? If the last 2 seasons he barely batted over 200 in his prime.
I mean, yeah. I guess you could think about Paul Goldschmidt, but there's not much like him. Just people who shouldn't be as good as they are in their age, but they're just still MVP for him. Well, he wasn't that good this year, but he was great last year.
Yeah, and he might not be good again. Not be good again.
Well, I feel like he was half decent, but just not last year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, last year was an all-star. Didn't he hit a home run in the all-star game?
I'm pretty sure.
Let's see some of these free agents. There are a lot. The best ones.
Because those are the only ones you're interested in. Therefore, those are the only ones that you think the Cubs are going to get. Yeah, I know how you work.
Yeah, you're right.
We're going to get Shohei Ohtani, Andy. Guarantee it. How much you want to bet?
Julio.
Yeah, you don't even need to speak anymore. It could just be my podcast because that's all you were going to say.
Blake Snell, Aaron Nola, Matt Chapman, who could fill up the third base hole. Although he only raised his slash line to 257, 348, and 454. That's not the best. Sonny Gray, obviously Bellinger. Also, the Cubs do have an option with Bellinger, but and he ended up batting 327 with only 17 home runs. But after Ohtani, people are saying he's the best player available. Giolito, who did horrible for the Angels,
dropped.
Kershaw is way too old to be signed. Teoscar Hernandez, maybe.
No, he's going to stay on Mariner.
Isn't he a Blue Jay?
No, he got traded a few years back.
Oh, but it's saying he might go back to Toronto. Gotcha. Flaherty, Jordan Montgomery, Kenta Maeda, Reese Hoskins, maybe. Although it says he was injured the whole year.
He's
Candelario,
always injured.
Harrison Bader, Jock Peterson. I remember when Jock Peterson signed in 21 or 22, and everyone was like, "Jock Peterson's so good," and he got traded at the deadline, and he played no games almost. He played some, but
Who did he get traded to?
he was like a giant. He was he had no impact on the Cubs that year. They had a horrible first half, and he was pretty bad during it.
Yeah, because the Cubs are just really bad.
The Diamondbacks, by the way, just made a great third baseman. He made a diving play.
Changes the subject like crazy.
They're challenging it. So, or actually, no, did they give him the single? They did it already. Yeah. Donaldson's up. Ground ball, third baseman, the shortstop, double play. Yeah.
Nah, I'm actually rooting for the Diamondbacks. I hope they get far. I love a lot of their players.
Even though it looked like we were gonna get the second wild card spot, and they maybe have a chance for the third, but no. Somehow they got locked into the second.
Yeah, you guys just have a really bad division that you can't even come clutch in.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys can't win a horrible division, how are you going to win any playoff games?
We can win a playoff game, but the issue is that, you go into a series, for example, against the Braves. Let's see, we wouldn't play them in the wild card round. Would we play them in the division round? We would probably play the Phillies, or the winner of the second game. So, but I don't know. But imagine you have to play the Braves in a 7-game series, right?
Yeah, no, you would not do good at all.
Even if you play the first 3 games of the past series, you need to win those first 2 games.
Yep.
Because if you don't win those first 2 games, then imagine that. Imagine the Cubs blew those 2 games in the NLCS. Can you imagine that? And Suzuki dropped
That would be
that.
absolutely hilarious.
That would mean that the Cubs would actually have a chance to go up 2-0 in the NLCS against the best team in baseball. Although they still might choke it, but
Yeah, they would.
At least they would have a shot. It might be 50-50 if you say 50-50 if the Cubs are up 2-0 in the 7-game series against the Braves.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's 50-50.
But Daniel, are you going to CubsCon?
Probably. I need to make some episodes about that if I'm actually going. Although I don't want to. It's nothing's for sure, but the worst thing about it is that it's non-refundable.
Yeah, the Cubs love doing that to their fans, and the fans love buying things regardless for some reason.
And I'm also not sure whether at the autograph sessions, whether you're gonna have to buy their autograph stuff, their stuff to get autographed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cheapo Cubs.
You want a $150 Swanson jersey for Swanson to sign? Here's a baseball for $20. Let's see here. We got a bat for $400. Who wants this one? The one guy doesn't want to buy any money. Oh man, you don't get no autographs. But I paid so much money to be here. Well, too bad for you.
Yeah. Next time, don't clog up any of our hotel rooms.
So, for example, if I get sick or like me and my family, if we get sick during that time, we're gonna lose like $700 to $800 at least. I think with tax it might be $800 to $900.
Yeah.
Or we go sick and it's just horrible. So I don't even know what to do about it. He's gonna be like such a horrible situation. I was actually trying to find a video of like a Cubs fan at the Cubs convention. I found this one guy. He had a video and it was like, why I am not at the Cubs convention this year. He was like, every year I go to the Cubs convention, and this year was like no other. I had all my stuff ready to go, and I come to my car because that was packed the night before, and it's empty. And someone stole all my Cubs memorabilia.
Oh, man.
And so that's why I'm sitting here and I'm not at the Cubs convention. And it was like,
Oh, Daniel. It has been a pleasure.
Why weren't you at the Cubs convention this year? Oh, yeah.
Me?
I just lost all my stuff that for the Cubs convention. I had like everything ready and it didn't really work out.
So there's $1,000 down the drain.
Yeah. So it's like a weird situation whether I should go or not. So, but anyways, more on that and more on all the other stuff on Cubs and White Sox later. So, cue the outro.
We don't have an outro.
Oh, like the verbal outro.
We are the. Why would you want to cue us?
Cue you, Andy.
All right, Daniel. Well, it has been a pleasure. We covered a lot of ground, shared a few laughs. Thanks for having me during this amazing podcast where we covered one of the most classic things in all of sports, the Chicago Cubs choking the season.
Can you hear that?
Hear what? The clicking?
I was tapping my mic.
Yeah, I can hear that.
But anyways, yeah. Awesome. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Go Cubs.
Go White Sox.
Go Cubs.
Go White Sox.
Go Cubs.
Go White Sox.